What's up, Raptor fans? It's Friday night, we're on a 3-game winning streak, and we're about to hand Boston that ass. The shop is closed, but we hit it up to check out the Miami game and talk about how the Raptors are doing so far.
We in the bubble, the bubble chronicles.
Back to the bubble.
The bubble's an exciting time, man. It's an exciting little experiment, you know. And but for the time being, the bubble, it has this like rec center vibe to it. You know what I mean? And one of the things I like the most before we get into last game is I feel that in the bubble, right, the media isn't as powerful. The players are really setting a lot of the narratives that you even hear the media repeating after the time. You hear them allude to what so-and-so said, what Chris Paul said, and what LeBron said. And, you know, that's really setting the narrative. So I feel like the bubble is very much a player-driven situation in almost every way.
So what you're saying is Lowry's going to get his calls.
He's going to get his calls in general. You know, Lowry, if he holds it down, this is his time to shine. Like, dare I say it, being in a bubble is you're under a literal microscope. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? Like, everything is highlighted.
Bro, I'm just kidding. But what I'm saying is Lowry, for one, is getting his call. You can't distract. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
There's no distraction.
Eye is on the ball, on the game, on the ref.
Listen, there's no outside world. There's no outside storylines. The media can't take anything outside the bubble to convolute basketball. Man, basketball is so pure now. Like, guys are just balling.
That's right. I heard people complaining about how they miss the fans and they miss the stuff around the court. I'm just like, nah, I don't even notice. I don't even notice. I'm just watching ball.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
A fan of ball that's watching basketball to watch ball. Now, mind you, I notice because those visual aesthetic things, they really stand out to you. And there's things that draw you more to the broadcast than even the game itself. So with me, I'm watching the game and I'm breaking down the broadcast. I'm looking at the bench. I'm doing all these shit. But that's me as a creative.
No, absolutely.
Now, as the ball fan version of me, you're right. I could give a damn about. You don't really see the fans anyway, and they've simulated the fan noise. You know what it's like?
Yeah, that kind of helps.
They've even gone as far as to virtually put fans in there. Have you seen that? Fans could buy virtual tickets.
Sitting at home,
Sitting at home, and you see their faces pop,
right.
Bro.
That's decent.
I said last time.
I like that too.
Exactly. It's decent, and it's something that as a fan you're like, okay, I can rock with that. Big time. They have us loving ball as it is right now, and this is nothing like normal.
And we're not worried like some of those sports who are not in the bubble, who basically it seems like the MLB is gonna have to close down.
Buddy,
looks like they have to shut down.
It's crazy. NHL went right to playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like. A lot of things are making the NBA seem like the more complete and in control league of all the majors. So, that said, going back to last game, coming off the Clipper game, LeBron was very much highlighted for his defensive efforts, his all-around game, his improvements on defense. You know, AD had a good game. The Lakers looked pretty good. They beat the Clippers. Okay, I say that to say this. Coming to play the defending champion Raptors off of that Clipper game. You're on your game. You're ready.
You should be sharp.
You should be sharp. You should be focused. You should feel good about the last game. You should be coming in with confidence. You're the Lakers. You're LeBron James. You're AD.
There's no caveats to that.
They got slapped, brother. They got slapped. And by slapped, I mean it was a good, close game until
one team had to put their foot down.
Period. And that's where the slapping came.
So for me, okay, it's a 15-point game, but that's including a 4-point play in the last minute of the game. I'm sorry. It's a borderline blowout to me, man. At the end, we just decided, okay, we're going to take this. You can try if you want. The Lakers are a good team regardless. They're a good team.
100%. We're the best.
And we said, all right, we're out of here.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Based on that, how do you summarize a 13-point lead being blown at the beginning of the game? Especially because we ended up blowing them out. What does that translate to for you? Or what does that show you? Like, do we still need improvements on the idea that we need to hold the lead, or does it absolutely not matter, being that it was the first quarter?
Doesn't matter. For a couple reasons. Nick Nurse, man,
shake things up. He's known for that.
Absolutely. So to me, he's like, it's not like we're down 13. I can experiment a little now. You know, this guy's a scientist, so I think he was just experimenting at that point, and with good reason, because we're not like. A lot of teams like to play, all right, we're up 13. Their mentality at that point is we're invincible. Or not necessarily we're invincible. It's like we don't have, it's something off of we don't have to try to get better. Which Nick Nurse's mentality, I think he's obsessed. You know what I mean? I think even when we're up, he's like, all right, so how can we make these guys who aren't as good, who couldn't get us this 13-point lead, how can we gain them some experience from this moment? Yeah. And it just plays into every improvement that we've seen. It's just like, why did it happen? It's like sometimes, some game in the past, Nick Nurse put in some guys when we were up, and it was just like, man, why did you do that? It's like, this is why. Mm-hmm. This is why. We lost to the playoffs. This is the moment we put in some guys that, why is he in there? And then they hit the three, or they make the play, whatever has to happen. Yeah, and it's a matter of pre-planning when you don't need to.
Right. You know? and that's just foresight. And as a coach, I think you should always coach with that. And for the Raptors, I think that when Nick Nurse came in, from the very beginning, he had the foresight to be where we're at now. And he, like you said, to your point, he did the necessary things, the risky things. He did whatever he had to do to get to see the success and the results of that foresight. Going back to the game,
it was the Lowry show.
It was the Lowry show.
Kyle Lowry show.
It was the Kyle Lowry show. I'll give it to him all day long.
My personal favorite.
That one, he took a couple charges.
You gotta love the charges.
It wouldn't be a good game unless he did.
No, look, like Lowry gets his credit for the game, but there's certain things that he did in the game that I thought were like, boss, like you don't usually do that, and you stepped out of yourself, which. He does it once from time to time. He did it over and over and over in this game. Like, he took on AD one-on-one. He took on Kyle Kuzma repeatedly one-on-one.
That's better of him,
and ate them. Yes, ate. Like, he's just like, all right, AD. There's one time when LeBron is like, all right, this guy keeps going up to the basket. I'm going to spike this on the backboard. But I think a couple plays later, he's like, I'm against AD this time. And I'm gonna do this reverse. I don't care if he's behind me.
I don't care. That was LeBron's thing, the chase down block. There's really no escaping that. Like,
nope.
You go up, maybe
especially
so I'm not gonna slight Lowry for that one.
Especially if you're gonna be brave all game like Lowry was.
Oh yeah, brave every game.
Every
game. Lowry's just doing what he does. He'll get blocked a few times. It is what it is, but
exactly.
He'll make up for it.
Yeah, man.
From the time you take a charge in a game, put that as one notch towards making up for any mistake you make. You took a charge. You have a mistake in the bag to make. Go ahead. Bro. Lowry. Okay, there was 3 charges back to back to back. Like, I'm talking one trip up the floor, unsuccessful. So someone tried to take a charge, but got called for the defensive foul. I can't remember who it was. Might have been Lowry. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Boom, come back on the other end. Danny Green takes a charge, but it was a charge. Like, they got the call.
Got you.
Boom, come back on the other end. Lowry got the successful charge. Bro, the fact that 3 plays consecutive in a high intense game that matters, arguably, guys are trying to take charges. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. So, and this goes to Larry's credit, to the credit of the charge. Dare I say, it might be becoming a bigger part of the game right now.
Yeah. It's a stop.
It's a stop. It's a momentum changer.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you scored and then you get a charge on the next play, I mean,
that's a 4-5 point swing, guys. If we do examine it and it ends up being a huge part of today's game or a big deal, that definitely heightens the argument to Lowry's Hall of Fame, blah blah blah.
Prowess,
so we gotta examine that.
Yeah.
Being Raptor fans, knowing that our leader, that's his thing. Yeah, we gotta examine that. But there's not much to speak on with the Laker game other than the fact that we met them at what should have been their optimal.
Yeah.
Is anyone injured?
No. Oh, you know what? This is what people are gonna come with. No. Rondo, no Bradley. This is what I heard them talking about the end of the game. Oh, well, you got to think about how many threes Bradley hit last game against the Raptors when they lost. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, seriously.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, 100%.
Caruso was playing some good defense, but it wasn't against Lowry. It's like maybe they put him on Fred or something. That was a big mistake. Whatever they did, he was out there, but...
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like, he definitely made a couple plays on defense. Like, I remember he took the ball away from Norm once.
Okay.
It was like on a little effort play, basically. The ball bounced out.
Yeah, if there's one thing Caruso has, is effort.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, enough about the first game. Second game started.
Here we go.
Turn
Second half.
man.
Let's get it popping. Second half. Here we go.
Turn it way up.
Crowder. I'll tell you, Crowder potentially could be a big problem for us once we see Miami. But he's inconsistent, right? But when he's on, he's on. Man.
That is a understatement. That's his problem. Like, people have been waiting for him to be consistent, and the problem with him is he's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'm going to have a good game.
OG top of the key off the dribble. Oh, blew the layup. Handle. That's that handle he was working on.
He
gave him a little Watch. And Crowder's a defender, bro. And he got shifted. See? You blew it.
This guy's been such a under the radar, like just under the radar. You can't even tell how good he is because he's on such a good team.
But you know what? I almost think that's where he's at his best. I almost don't want to see him garner attention or become a star. I don't know how that will look.
From what you're saying, I think he'll grow up in that way, where that's what's best.
Man.
Where that's what's best for him, right? And then what happens when he just gets used to being that good? And he's like, all right,
Okay.
now I'm going to fight for these baskets. I know how to do it. I've been doing it. I get some ease before.
All right, check
and
it.
now I'm going to dunk up. You see that alley-oop he did at the end of the Lakers game? I was just like, I made me feel giddy, boy. I was like, ah.
Here's what I'll say. I believe as a basketball player, your demeanor, your character translates to your game. Okay? And you see that. It's very evident in all the superstars we have in our league. Like, it's very rare you have a superstar that where their character and their demeanor doesn't match their level of play or their entertainment value when it comes to basketball. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think his demeanor and his character is suited to be a star or in the limelight.
Speaking of which, what is OG like off the court?
Good call. Everything I'm saying right now is based on
What we
see.
haven't seen, basically.
Yo, that's the second time I've seen Jimmy come in the lane and just get jammed and surrounded.
And they called the foul.
Tough. But the last one, they didn't call the foul.
I want to see this. I want to see this replay. Oh, are we winning by 9? Come on, man.
Yo, the last one, they didn't call the foul, but it could have been. Because Marc Gasol has busy hands, man.
No, that's not a foul at all.
It is.
Bro.
It's not. But
How? Where?
maybe if he didn't move his feet, it just looked like a lot going on with him.
Dude, did you see Mark though? Mark's hands were just up.
But
The
his
ball
feet
went up
moving,
his.
though.
Yeah, but the
Bang! Yo, you know how you just know? You just know. Fred Van Vliet,
Bro.
he is our X Factor. I'm going to say it. I
There's-
thought about it. When he lines up a shot, I damn near expect it to go in. I kid you not. And I think
Give him
that
a
when-
little time, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Almost every
any
time.
daylight.
Yeah.
And I think that if Fred
Yeah.
Van Vliet is on,
Yeah.
we are such a problem. And here's the thing. He happens to be on every damn game.
Okay, so like they loaded up on him last game for that reason, and Lowry got freed up for that reason, and then
And you saw the
then
results.
Lakers don't have the depth. So to me, it's just like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Fred, Kyle, whichever one you want. Honestly.
Yo, Fred. Listen. Yo, Fred. Okay. As we speak about Fred and his shooting, he goes to the hoop.
Like
Oh,
giant.
Did you see that?
Like a
he gave it a
giant.
little twist.
He's like, yeah, I'm going through you,
Oh,
up through
you
you.
went like this, brought it
Yeah.
back. Yo, we're up what?
13.
You know, another reason why Fred Van Vliet's a wild card, not a wild card, X Factor, sorry, is because you know what he's gonna give you. But I feel like nobody's can stop it. I feel like nobody has been able to stop it.